Yay, it looks happy now. There. Oh, come on. Hey, let me... Oh, figures. Once I hit refresh on the laptop, which is going to take a little bit of time, then YouTube goes green. Whatever. So yeah, back in Titan Quest, which has gotten one update that is actually kind of relevant. But fortunately, it doesn't have an impact. Now, let me first clean these guys out. Well, technically gals. They all look to be female. I need to turn my audio up. Because I have the game audio down, and I just have the amp that I have the headphones plugged into turned up. Holy shit. Come on. The update is that now the, oh, what are they? What were they specifically referred to as? The blue, damn it. The blue throwing weapons, like the torch, now have a level requirement to them. They hadn't previously. It was just stat requirements. Which, I mean, on the one hand, yeah, I understand that you want to have the stuff behind a level requirement, but at the same time, it's like, well, but if it's, I can just see a fair argument being made that the nature of the stats makes it, well, the nature of such named weapons makes sense that they don't need a special thing to them. Don't need the level requirement. They can just be based on stats. So I was also trying to juggle other things in my mind at the same time. Hang on, let me quickly look at something. Alright. The laptop is... The preview is very jerky and looks absolutely horrible. So I'm just... I wanted to look in... No, OBS hasn't dropped any frames. So that's good. Alright, so yeah, we are... I believe this is technically in Crete. Yep, Island Crete. And we need to protect an artifact and kill the Tell King? Is that what it's called? And I already have done this. I've on a different character. Got all the way to Egypt. Do that. Maybe that'll help on the laptop. It's just very disconcerting to see the stream over there and it constantly stopping to buffer. Because it makes me worried, is there something wrong on the desktop? No, not that I've observed. Also, I just want to look at this. So how would that compare? Not as well. Yeah, I'll hang on to it. I'll just throw it into one of the larger stashes. Probably not the shared one, because that doesn't have as much room as it should. Which is why I wish, what is the name of it? Crap. I don't remember the name, but it's a mod that was for the original, that's been sorta, kinda updated for Anniversary Edition, that lets you manage all of the stashes, all the inventory from a single UI, essentially. It is an external mod, though. Nope, just can't remember the name of it. Damn it. But hey, at least this week, I got things I could talk about. That's not always the case. And by things, I mean, we just had CES. Wow, I missed all of them. And, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of stuff there. Like, one thing I saw talked about, I didn't write anything up on it. Apparently, one company had an 8K VR headset there. 8K, that's huge. But what I was seeing was basically saying that, yeah, it's glorious. But not just because of it being 8K, that just gets rid of the screen door effect. Which, you know, I mean, there's plus and minuses. With the main minus being that's going to be a much more expensive screen. But the plus is not being able to see the pixels is nice. Honestly, because the Lenovo Explorer that I worked with, and it's over here, I could do more with it too, and I intend to. I could see the individual pixels sometimes, but it wasn't that bad, and that's only vertically 1440. That's, I mean, really, it's not that bad. I mean, it being completely removed is nice, but do we need it to cost so much? I mean, it's more the whole have a solid experience, and that is something that headset also is offering, because what did it say? It was a 200-degree field of view, at least horizontally. Apparently, vertically, it isn't quite so good.
Goods stored and transferred.
Yeah, so I can't fit that in there anyway. And I'll throw that in there too. Everything else can be sold.
Come again.
Oh, don't want to forget about this.
Locked magically.
Oh yeah. There. Oh, that's perfect. There. Something like that. And this. I wish I could have an inventory just for those. Alright, and everything else is settled.
My shop is a shadow of its former glory.
But
We've
yeah,
fallen on
yeah.
hard times here.
And
Still,
8K, I
perhaps
mean,
I
that's
can help
just,
you. Good luck.
that's insane. But I can definitely see the whole, that wider field of view would be wonderful. Okay, so I just wanted to alt-tab and check OBS. It wasn't that bad for me, though. Having, because, what was it, 110, I think is what it is on the Explorer? I'd have to check the specs for it, but I think that's it. You know, and that's not bad. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
This is
am
one of the
Xantippus.
side mission. Well,
I'm afraid I won't be.
no, there's no. It's in here that you can have the dialogue replayed. But it's basically he needs his staff, or else he can't heal people. Yeah. To me, though, from CS, I mean, yeah, so the 8K thing is like, wow. But the various things I saw the news for, because I wasn't there, the one thing that I think most surprised me that would be the case was in that one slide deck. Was it Paper Masters? I don't remember whose it was. Where it actually said from AMD that Zen 2 is complete. That the design for that is complete. That I don't think anyone was really expecting that to be the case. Because that would be earliest end of this year. Because that's 7 nanometers, so it's, you know, that's not going to be ready for full production this year, I think. I could be wrong. That might be ready. That might be ready for full production end of this year. I mean, AMD's got the Vega Instinct machine learning accelerators, At some point, we're going to go back to calling things accelerators, I think. Instead of referring to them as GPUs. I mean, obviously, the GPU itself would remain called the GPU, but I think going back to calling them accelerators for other things, even if technically it's the same piece of hardware. But, yeah, that was definitely interesting to see as well. And also how some people are interpreting it. Because of the whole, there were no big Vega announcements but that, and by that I mean big Vega chip announcements, not that there weren't big announcements for Vega. There were, the Vega Instinct definitely, and the whole having the, what the heck? That's funky sorting. Having it present in so much and ready for so much. It's like we now have the mobile discrete version, the and of course in the APUs and in Intel's hybrid thing. But how some people were saying that, well, it looks like AMD's just ceding the high-end GPUs to NVIDIA for now until Navi. It's like that's a nice headline, and it's also a nice way to just give up and give into the easy conclusion that NVIDIA's just completely dominant and has no competition. That's very easy, but Vega still has some stuff there that we haven't fully seen yet. And because I own a Vega, I try to also see some of this stuff and keep up with it. By see some of the stuff, I mean see the what information there is. And apparently some of it is, it is there. It is functional. It's just the drivers need to be rewritten from the ground up, and AMD is working on that. But that's never an easy thing to do, is rewrite a driver from the ground up. But what I saw recently was talking about is saying the next-gen geometry, I think that's what NGG stands for, the programmable geometry pipeline, which, my understanding, which is rough, on the, in a GPU, any processor, you have various operations that, they're just in the hardware. You don't actually need any special instructions for how they work. One example of this could be, the ++ pipeline. It's like, why is the programming language called C++? It's actually a programming joke. It's a reference to the fact that there, at least used to be, but I would not be surprised if it's still there, a operation, a command in there that if you have variable and then ++ after it, it just automatically increments it by 1. And I want to say that is in fact a specific piece, a specific circuit in there to do that, because it's just faster to do this very common operation that way than to worry about, that actually should have fallen apart, than to have it run through the general addition. Because having to do C equals C plus 1 is, you know, that involves more there than just saying C++, and it does the C plus 1 and then changes the original value of C to that. So my understanding is, like, you know, that sort of thing, it would be much more complicated, but they have pipelines that do specific things. What NGG allows is that pipeline to be programmed. So you can change what it can do with tremendous throughput on the, maybe not very strongly on the fly, that I don't know, if that's something like a game could just have its own geometry programming in there, or if it's no, it has to be done through the drivers, so it takes a driver update, I don't know. But once that, I still remember playing Marvel Heroes. Where spacebar closes all the windows. But apparently, because that isn't fully working yet, and that takes a full ground up rewrite, the DBSR, draw bin stream rasterizer, which will improve effective memory throughput, effective memory bandwidth. I don't think it's like memory compression, but I don't think it actually is compressing. It's culling. I don't remember fully. I'm not an expert on this stuff. Clearly, because there's a good chance what I'm saying is wrong. But that feature, while it is present and is working, it is working in a very basic state because it doesn't have NGG working as well. That those, once NGG is working, then this other thing that manages everything can be fully unleashed, which will then fully unleash the DBSR, and then you'll see this improvement. So basically, there is still a driver to come that will significantly improve how it's going. No, this is this one. I don't have to worry about skipping anything. Because some people were hoping, I was among them, that Adrenaline would be that driver rewrite. Sadly, it was not. But it's not, because some people were saying, oh, well, it must be like the hardware is bad. We can't activate these features. No, whenever people are finding someone at AMD that is willing to say anything, it's not the hardware, it's just a lot of work on software. And their driver team is not that big. AMD is a surprisingly small company considering that it is in as much as it is. I mean, it is the only company that is truly involved. Because, I mean, yeah, Intel does GPUs, but come on. Those integrated GPUs in their CPUs, they're not that good. It's not fair to compare them to a Radeon or GeForce anything. Which is, why Intel is working with it has a semi-custom Radeon from AMD now, because they know it too. But AMD does chipsets, CPUs, and GPUs. No one else does that, and they are a tiny company. They really are. And the fact that they can do that, and at least with Intel, have significantly shown that, hey, there is still a lot of room for innovation here. You're not exclusively top dog by far. It's like, we are right at you. And things are shaping up to disrupt Intel's dominance even further, because for a long time, Intel held the process node advantage, and still does. It's 14 nanometer process. It's 14 nanometer. Their 14 nanometer plus process is better than 14 nanometer, and that's what Intel was using against AMD's 14 nanometer products currently. But then now AMD's now going to 12 nanometer, but Intel's at 14 plus plus. What would have been next, or will be next, I don't remember if it actually is going, if they're going to or not, is Intel's 10 nanometer, and apparently they're having a lot of problems there. But the Global Foundries, TSMC, and potentially others, I don't know where Samsung calls in this. They don't, make the parts. They don't make the CPUs, or GPUs, but they still have a lot of fabs. But their work on Global Foundries and TSMC's work on 7 nanometers is apparently going very well. So Intel's dominance is vanishing in that respect.
You can't hold anymore.
I can't do that.
You can't hold anymore. You can't carry anymore.
Alright. Yeah, so that move to 7 nanometer is potentially going to further hurt Intel's lead over AMD. Only time will tell, because it's also Intel has such a big advantage just from the whole they have presence in so much. They
Hello.
I don't know if their mind share is as great, but they have all the contracts. So, how great does their mindshare have to be?
Goodbye. Greetings, traveler.
Whereas, like
long.
with Nvidia, they just have such powerful mindshare right now that there are people that don't even understand that there are GPUs other than Nvidia. But I think that people being aware that Intel's not the only CPU manufacturer, I think that might be a little bit more the case. Maybe not by much, though. But yeah, it's just... it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, so... I'm just trying to remember. How did I get to this specific part of the conversation? Monologue? Why did I say conversation? Nobody's talking to me. I'm talking to myself. It was by the whole AMD is a small company. And... oh, there we go. So, yeah, AMD is a small company. It's not surprising that it would take them a while to get their... ooh. Oh, wait, that's just one of these. I thought that the blue would... thought it was... that's something else. And now my mind is, like, partially not working. So yeah, AMD's small company. Oh, yeah, that's right. Another thing about Vega. So it's like we don't necessarily know the full performance of Vega yet. But something else I remember... when it first came out, and a lot of people were first figuring out, okay, how well can this overclock and such? That's what I thought. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. I did miss something. I remember people talking about how overclock the memory. A lot of people saying do that, because, and this is something that the DBSR will help with. It is so... right now, people are noticing that the Vega 56 can, in some cases, actually match the Vega 64, which it is a more compute units. How's that? And also it's clocked higher. How could... well, maybe they were also overclocking the 56 at the time. I don't perfectly remember. But it was... still, how could it match it? And what people were concluding was because the... the memory wasn't feeding all the components in the 64 adequately. So if you overclocked the memory, it could better feed the other components. That's also one of those things. It was before Vega's release that this was talked about. Because people were speculating about IPC. Or maybe it was back to when the Frontier Edition was out, but not the gaming RX versions. That IPC is very different for a GPU than a CPU. That better IPC can actually degrade performance because you have the memory there. And you need that to also be feeding. And so it's very high IPC. You also need very fast RAM. A lower IPC keeps everything aligned, so it works better. I'm not talking about the IPC of Vega. I'm just... it is... the memory... the speed of the memory is very, very important. Is my point. I'm going to take care of this stuff. Well, what was another piece of news that came out this week? This one I wrote up. Was that Samsung is writing their second generation.
Good day.
Is going to mass produce their second generation of HBM2. And it will be, I think they were saying 50% faster than the... oh, yeah, I also have that. Well, here, let's sell everything first.
How can I help you?
Well, and I know there were rumors, but nothing was stated at CES, so some people aren't sure what that means.
So long.
Vega also making the transition to 12 nanometer, like Ryzen is.
All chest locked. Magically.
Well, even if that doesn't happen, let's just wonder. What if Samsung's mass production of Aquabolt is what they're calling it? What if that were put into Vega? So now we can perform faster, perform better. You have the better memory in there, because that is also one thing I remember some people stating, perhaps correctly, perhaps not. But then also I think I have seen some things from people that work at AMD, not necessarily people in full knowledge at AMD, but saying that part of what is making Vegas so scarce and in some cases expensive is because it's hard to get the HBM. So if we see that production improve, so the pricing of that can come down, Vega should become more available and its pricing should come down. So if they would also have this significantly faster memory to put in there too. I do feel like saying that, oh no, Vega's just a disaster, Nvidia is just gonna own the high-end GPU market for another year. It's like, yeah, there's still some room here. We don't know what is coming yet. It is possible nothing will come, that we get that new driver stack and it doesn't fully, it doesn't make any of the Vegas appreciably better. I mean, it'll probably make them better, but maybe not enough to compete with the 1080 Ti, which, because apparently that's what everything needs to beat. Maybe that'll happen. On the other hand, maybe it'll be, no, Vega's now competing with the 1080 Ti, but its pricing is still lower than that. I mean, it's impossible to know until it happens. But it's also, it's impossible to know until it happens, so people saying that kind of annoys me. It's like, people will probably, probably 2 years ago, people were saying that about Zen, and that has upended Intel. So, yeah. It's just weird, the whole Vega already being out. But it is functional. I mean, it's like, I like it, and let me see. I'm going to be doing some work. One performance analysis I know I want to do for Wolfenstein. I want to do that. I've been busy with recordings that I want to get done, because part of the performance analysis I'll be swapping out GPUs, and I don't want to have to worry about that while I'm also trying to do recordings in at least one game that's old. So I don't know how it's going to like some driver stuff. So it's like, I'd like to get that finished before I start messing with that. So I want to do that, and then I also want to revisit the series statistics, both articles, in one form or another. I haven't figured out if I want to do it as one or two articles. I don't know. But I'm having fun with it, at least the thinking about it. But I want to go back to that as well, looking at in the revisiting for the first series statistics, looking at the DirectX 12 performance. And to do that, I will also need to record Vulkan performance again, and probably also DirectX 11, so that we have, the actual stable implemented API. I wouldn't do OpenGL because that wasn't performing well. And then, so DirectX 11 has baseline, Vulkan to compare it against, and also DirectX 12 to compare it against, which that's a newer implementation. It's still going to be beta implementation as well. I want to do that. And then also, now that chill is enabled and everything, because I couldn't test that before. It's like now I can with the sync stuff. Looking at frame skipping, frame and syncing. Sorry, not skipping. Don't really have this. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess the OCAT data does also talk about frame skipping. I think the more is frame dropping, though, what it's showing me. Because at least in that game, it drops it because it's got a newer one. And also enhanced sync, because that looks like now I should be able to say, yes, it is working, because that's one of the things that Adrenaline enabled, is basically, yeah, it'll work and everything. At least, well, it added Vulkan support. I don't know if DirectX 12 supports it. Oh man, it'll also be fun because of being able to now, at least with AMD drivers, with Adrenaline, can get more power usage and temperature as well, and also the clocks. I mean, it's like I'm gonna have some fun with these graphs. It kind of makes me wish I actually enjoyed applied mathematics, but I don't. I prefer abstract mathematics. So I'm having to teach myself a lot of the statistics, which actually isn't that bad. It's like some of it I was already familiar with, but it's like I don't even know the algorithms. I just need to know what they do and then how to interpret them. And that does make it. Alright, what am I? Oh yeah, that's get him. Wow, 18 decks. That's a lot. Okay. I don't really need that. This could be fun though. Because and I got a massive boost to dex as a result too. Alright, yeah, so we can just see how that goes. Dual wielding is so nice on the other character. Yeah. Kind of surprised I missed that. Let me see, what can I talk about now? What else interesting stuff happened at CES that I remember? It was interesting. Let me see. I wrote up the Corsair one, but apparently Razer as well has actually put together a mouse pad and mouse with wireless charging in it. I find that interesting. I don't, because my desk has a keyboard tray and that's where stuff is, so there's a certain limitation as far as the size of a mouse pad it can use. Also, I like having an actual wrist rest on my mouse pad, and a lot of them don't have that. Not entirely sure why that's disappearing, but so I couldn't use those, but it's very interesting, and it makes some sense. Because that way you don't have to worry about having to charge your mouse again. Because like, yeah, it's right there. You just, make sure you put the mouse up there on occasion in this one spot. It's like, that is neat, but I couldn't use it. I wouldn't be able to put it to use. Also, I don't have anything else that wirelessly charges. I mean, that really, if I had more of an ability to actually fit the mouse there, but had more things that could charge that way, then it would be nicer. But that's not my situation, so it just remains, that's interesting. That's cool. Now, it would also be interesting if they made like a full width, like it would also go under your keyboard, and go with that being wireless, but can be wirelessly charged using the same thing. That would be interesting. I don't think they would do that because that would be big, and I don't think a lot of people would want something that big. I just think it's interesting idea to try to envision that, if nothing else. I just had a funny idea. Look at that! Look at how far it pushed up my health. But oh man, this is... I like that. Oh, I like that. What else was... Lots of cases I remember seeing. Cooler Master had several.
You can't carry anymore.
I'm trying to remember now if Corsair had some. They probably did. I just don't perfectly remember.
You can't hold anymore.
No. Yeah, there's... Oh wait, no, that will let me. Okay. I just don't remember everything. There was one case I remember seeing
All chests locked
that was neat.
magically.
I just don't remember whose it was. Oh wait, why did I do that? That one there. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. And all the greens I can technically get rid of. You know what? I can get rid of those. Because the greens are just a higher quality. Those I can definitely get rid of as well. Alright.
Goodbye.
How can I help you?
Oh yeah, there's the Vive Pro, which was definitely interesting. Wait. Oh, okay, I don't want to go to that one.
Come again?
That one was a different color green. There's two different
Goods
greens.
stored and transferred.
Yeah, so see how those are different greens? I don't remember which is considered better. Alright.
All right.
Hello.
No, actually,
Good luck.
I should keep that shield with me.
Have something to store? Travel
Just in
light.
case I change my mind and want to go back to using it. Alright. This doesn't go anywhere. Just clear that out. The map, I mean. Clear out the map. Nope. Alright. Okay, this is passage. Sometimes they're not. They look like it, but they're not. That there's just enough debris in the way. Alright. Ooh, why is that? Oh, that's not good. Let's go on red. Video output low, it says on YouTube, and I'm seeing that some frames dropped. Okay, it looks like maybe my connection just briefly had issues. Yep, we are in the lab, which gets interesting. Not to where it'll show it yet. But basically, yeah, the map stops being full. There. Why is it still saying output is low? Oh, that's why. Yeah, I do not know why it is that my internet sometimes just says, I'm not gonna be good. I just know that there's basically nothing I can do but reboot the router, and yeah. Just remembers I want to. Okay, good. Just, it's a chance to be used both in this and also the offensive, the fighter, whatever that specialty is called. It's only a chance. That's why sometimes you'll notice, like they attack the skeletal and then swapped. Yeah, so it's just a chance that it will swap, I think. Okay. This might be where we get... Yeah. Yeah. So now, the map is no longer so helpful. I do kind of know where I know the general direction, I just don't know the path. But it's where I want to be, is like all the way up in this area. Which isn't too surprising. And by that I purely mean just the map. It makes sense. You're gonna go so that you enter either that way or that way. In this case, it's that way. It is a little annoying though that the map won't update as you are clearly there. So the idea that these maps are just unlike what your character is building in its mind, it's not really accurate in this situation. Hang on. Must have dropped the connection again. I can hear when the fans for the CPU die down. And it would make sense it'll do that when the network connection drops just enough, because that lightens up one encoding stream. But not both. the recording will still, that stream should be unaffected. I guess I would think that the encoder would slow a little, would reduce a little. I don't know. That might be something to look at sometime. Don't really know to what end. Still could be interesting. Didn't notice that. I don't know what I would want to, invest points into. It'll be, there will be drops with killing the Telkey. And the thing before, it's a labyrinth, gonna run into a Minotaur. Well, it's not just a labyrinth, it's the labyrinth, so. Maybe waiting until then. Now there's Sentinel's helm. That's the thing that I sold and then realized, oh wait, I don't want to sell that.
You can't carry anymore.
I think we can figure it out. Not really. Yeah. Oh well. Now I'm just... Yeah, there's nothing. It's just the helmet, but I don't want to... Well, I guess I could give up. Well, here, let's first head back. Maybe the other Sentinel's helm would be better.
Have something to store?
Interesting. That has 2 instances of the pierce resistance.
Travel lightly.
I know we can see how it works. I don't think it'll mean
Greetings.
life or death for me, so I'm not gonna worry with carrying it around. This I could see being
So long.
life or death, but it depends. What the hell? Come on, reconnect. YouTube thinks the stream is complete right now because the connection has died. There it goes. Now it's picked back up. Yeah, figure it out, YouTube. Figure it out, Internet. Have to look into Because I'm on a router behind another, and I don't remember if we ever got it set up to just, crap, what is it called? Is it port forwarding? I don't think it's port forwarding, I think it's something else. But basically put mine into a DMZ, so that it doesn't get stopped or interfered with by the other router. And it's... I'm not going to stop playing, just because my internet is deciding to be shitty. Another Sentinel's home. That is very interesting. It has life leech on it. That makes me more interested in it. I know I'm close. Come on. It's gotta be over here then. See, I know I've got further east to go if that's north, so. At least I'm pretty sure I do. I don't think it's... Yeah. Already been by up there. Take this thing out, just so it doesn't have to be there anymore. Here we go. Be a lot closer. Oh, can see it on the map. Well, at least the point. It's right there. Minotaur Lord. Holy shit. What? That makes no... It's saying the dropped frames are at 80... I accidentally stopped the recording, it looks like. When? Okay, just now. That's good. So I can fix that. Just need to concatenate them. Then I can upload it, because apparently internet's deciding, gonna be shitty today. I mean, true, the weather is kind of crappy outside, so maybe that's impacting it some. But why the hell it thinks it's at that high? Because it was streaming fine for most of it. Why would it think it's at 83% dropped frames? That does not make sense. Yeah, how's audio over there? Maybe I should just say screw it for now and just start. Although, yeah, that's right, I might not be streaming next week anyway. And just start doing all this stuff pre-recorded. I mean, it's not like people watch. I could probably just stop doing it and no one would even notice. Which is sad. But that's how a lot of things are. But it is, I don't know, I like doing it, and it's easy enough to do. You know, some of the stuff, it's basically, since I'm willing to put the time in and do it, then, you know, it's my investment, so it's okay that I do this. Now we need to wait for it to load properly. Yeah, we're looking alright there. Ooh, what is that? Ooh. Which am I willing? Yeah, I should probably give that one. Very, very annoying. It would be advantageous to just make this all pre-recorded, because then in theory I could also just do it all. I could just have a day that I record like for a month. And just upload and schedule it. But it's also just super frustrating because it means I can't stream for other things as well. So it's like I tried doing as part of something else, for one of my other things I do. I mean, the Extra Life stream back in November. It's like, if I can't trust my internet to be working, though, then I can't try doing that again, because that didn't. to help with the energy. Actually, that should just do that. Yeah, because this... Yeah, that massively helps with energy regeneration. Come on.
You can't hold anymore.
You were saying?
Your inventory is full.
Yeah, sadly, can't do anything there. Alright. Well, yeah. Do this though. I don't think of anything. No, I don't. Anything to stick into the storage. This is all just for sale.
Greetings, traveler.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have that.
Goodbye.
Caravan storage. Goodbye.
I'm getting there. Not that way, though. I think it is through this area. This passage. Nope. I don't even know which one that was. Was that experience? Yeah. Now I'm lost. I know in general the way to go, but I'm not seeing what the path is to get there. Okay, I didn't go up here. Obviously, the bone pile. Yeah, I've been through there, though. Oh, okay. It's right here. I was even not right over there because I remember seeing this chest. Alright. Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit of time. I want a safe zone from those things. Whoa! Need to get away. And it's still the Tell King. I don't remember if it had been when last was explained, but the conduit that's referring to is the conduit to communicate, for man to communicate with the gods. And the Telkeen is trying to destroy it. Because if he succeeds, then the gods will not be able to help in whatever it is he's doing. They won't be able to help man stop whatever it is he or his forces are doing. And the forces behind him. Get him. Oh wow, I'm surprised everything got picked up. I really would have thought I'd run out of room. That's a lot. Alright, well, most of that stuff is gonna be worth selling.
You destroyed it! I saw it all from where I was hiding. It was amazing! I still can't believe that a mortal actually managed to best the Telkeen. Unfortunately, there was no way to stop him from destroying the conduit. Now, we are cut off from the gods. They cannot hear our cries, and they cannot help us when we need them most. If there is no way to reconnect the two realms, I fear that humankind stands little chance against the monster scourge. Please, go to Egypt. Seek out a man named Imhotep, a sage of the Order of Prometheus. He knows more about the nature of the conduit than any other mortal. He may be our only hope. You will find him in the city of Rakotis. Take my ship. It is anchored...
I don't think that there's anything here. It's just a habit of always clearing out the map. And he's right.
Greetings, traveler. I am Imhotep. Honorable Phaedrus has praised your accomplishments and sent word of your coming. Even the heroes of legend might have met their match in a Telkin, yet you have stood triumphant where others would have failed. Greece is not the only land plagued with monsters and other unnatural creatures. Egypt is also in chaos. The pharaoh has fled their palace and is now in hiding. Entire armies cannot stop the monsters. Without the gods, our cause is lost. Death and slavery are our only future. I know a way we can contact the godly realm, even though the conduit was destroyed. There is an ancient invocation ceremony that might allow us to summon the gods. You must go to the great library of Rakotis and locate the scroll of invocation. I must warn you to use caution, as monsters have broken into the archives. I cannot aid you in this task, for I am no warrior. I have pressing business in Sais. Once you have obtained the scroll, bring it to me there. I will be in the Temple of Ptah. All our hopes.
Alright. Here we go.
Traveler, come look at my wares.
I'll hang on to that for now.
Thank you.
Here it is.
Where is that lazy boy? Oh, hello.
I'm gonna hang on to that. Yeah, just do it.
I'll need another camel.
Alright. Let's see, the thing is up here. Oh, there's this thing. But that's what I was looking for, and
It's not safe here. The city is
also
overrun.
do that. And just... Yeah, he's the only quest giver right here. Alright, so that'll be it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do about the internet being shit. But at least I have, well, I need to concat them, because I hit spacebar and accidentally stopped the recording early. But I restarted, so I'll take care of that and upload it, and yeah, just, I don't know why the internet is being bad to me, but anyway, see you next time, which might be in a couple weeks for a live stream. I don't know about next week, because I may have something else to do next week. I'll probably try to do something pre-recorded. We'll see. Busy times. Busy times. Goodbye.